What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 18th episode of Trench Talk. I am here with my usual co-hosts, NRV and LTR. NRV, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. A little bit bored. Just been sitting at my PC all day waiting for a time rug to launch from a new pump fund type platform on ETH and an engagement farm time rug from some Twitter freak. Made some money, but yeah, I just kind of been sitting here all day waiting for something to pop up to buy.
Very nice. Feel that. LTR, how are we doing?
I'm all right, man. Moved back into my apartment. Starting school again, so that's not fun. But it's been kind of boring, you know. Kind of missed out on the Tron wave. We can talk about that later because it's still going strong. And then I missed out on a lot of these ETH bundle coins, so that's been kind of hurting me just because, like, you know, it's kind of hard for me to buy a huge bundle after it's like 2 mil or whatever already off the gate. We can talk about that, though. And then, yeah, I kind of just been waiting for this new Moonshot coin. And that's been a pain all day, just buying every Moonshot. And then, yeah, so it's been a little painful, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think me, LTR, and NRV were all early on the Lucy coin. And it might have papered a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a
slight paper.
Not like 6 figs or anything.
Yeah, there was already like things being floating around that Chartfu was going to launch on Meteora, so it was this coin.
Oh, we already announced it at that point, and then so this launched, and then he followed the Twitter, and me and Anon were like, oh, this is it, and then we ate pretty heavy, and then we found out it wasn't his, and then we sold, and then it
Oh no.
Then it went like, 300x.
It was like clean branding, freshly bundled. Like Chartfu was following at like 150K. Like I was like, fuck. I was like, man, I'm gonna.
I was like, this has to be it. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I still made
you
a
guys
decent
trading
move
that.
on it. What's up?
Well, it kind of died. Like it went to like 300K, and then it kind of fell off. And then I went to bed, and then I woke up, and it was like 3 mil. And I'm like, what happened? But it was Patty on Twitter, Patty Ice. He's like chilling it like to high heaven, so I think he's a part of it.
Interesting. Yeah, I still haven't seen like one person talk about it other than Chartfu, to be honest with you. Very.
It's a lot of like the Solana NFT people.
Yeah,
so like different side of Solana Twitter.
I gotcha. I guess we can just there's not really too much to talk about that. Just another day, another paper. What's new happens almost every hour.
/next.
/next, gentlemen. But what we can't talk about is Meteora, which I think is, a little interesting,
I think it's a great thing, honestly.
I think it's great.
I
think
like,
really understand it and want to explain it? Because honestly, I don't.
So, well, it's a pump fund platform first and foremost with Dex Screener, which is, the main DEX that everyone uses. Well, it's not really a DEX because no one uses it to swap. It's just more like a charting platform. So they integrated their own pump fund product not too long ago called Moonshot. It was just a pump fund clone, and nobody used it because pump fund already had all the PMF, right? Sorry, my dog's barking. So in general, then they revamped it. They partnered with Meteora, which is like the major DLMM. It's basically Uniswap v3 type thing on Solana. And they partnered with Meteora to make this thing where you essentially, if you buy a Moonshot token and you're in like the top 50 holders, or if you are the creator, you automatically earn. I don't know the exact percentage. I think NRV said it was like 20% for the creator, and then it depends on how much you hold for the holders. It's like top 50 holders. You automatically earn LP, so you don't actually have to like LP farm, which is hard for a lot of people because they don't know how to do it. Essentially, it's like a V3, and so what it's doing is it's essentially just making it so teams are less likely to rug by selling their supply because they can just literally earn fees instead. But not in like a tax way, so it's not really extractive. So I think it can be really positive if people start using it instead of Pump Fund, because Pump Fund is just purely like a launchpad mechanism. So there's just so much rugging that goes on, whereas like I see Moonshot really incentivizing creators. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think a lot depends on how this Chartfu coin does, just because it's almost becoming like this main Meteora launch, like this main Moonshot coin. So it's going to be interesting.
I mean, if you think back to like couple weeks ago, maybe even 3 weeks ago, when we recorded a pod, and it was like the same week where that guy had interviewed like this guy who was like just scamming every day on Pump Fun, and basically Sol just kind of died, and people rotated to Tron that whole time, and we were talking about like, you know, this needs to cool off, and then I think like the next week we recorded a podcast and we were talking about how, okay, it seems like it's cooled off a bit, Tron seems to be slowing down, we're due for a mooner on Solana, and I think it's honestly refreshing to see this moonshot stuff, because it is refreshing and it does incentivize the creator in a certain sense. And I don't know that what you said are necessarily, like, I don't know that it'll be this Chartfu coin. I think Lucy is definitely the one that has pushed everyone's interest in that direction. I mean, especially like when you think about the amount of fees. Like, there was a launch today. Like, I've been watching Meteora launches all day today. I haven't even had my Pump Vision filtered to show Pump Fun. I've just been looking at Meteora launches. I made like 7 Sol on a coin that didn't even touch 200K, and I had like $100 in fees to claim after barely any volume. So I can't imagine the amount of fees that the top 50 holders pre-bonding got on Lucy. It must be like astronomical. So I think a lot of people are looking at that. They're looking at the Pump Vision stuff to look for these launches. I mean, even if like this Chartfu thing doesn't launch and the guy's just engagement farming, like the attention's there on Sol right now, 100%. And it's going to be on Meteora launches for sure.
I think what's interesting is, we're going to talk about this, but Sundog is absolutely ripping still, but yet it almost seems like a one-off event. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of Justin Sun propping up this main token, and I don't really feel like... I mean, we could bridge back. I totally could see that happening. But what's interesting about it is it seems like the vast majority of traders have gotten off Tron again, and they're kind of back on Sol, and they're kind of back on ETH. Which is good to see. You know, I said in that one podcast that I'd really like to see us just congregate on a chain. And I think we're starting to see that again, so hopefully, you know, some big rug or market nuke doesn't ruin it.
Yeah, I mean, the Tron thing was just, you know, Justin Sun trying to create the whiff narrative. That I'm pretty sure, you know, since, you know, there's no new retail coming, everyone knows about. It's just us talking to each other every day. There's no one new ever coming. But, yeah, it's just Justin Sun slamming in 2 mil of his own money just to create that narrative, so whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Meteor thing is kind of cool for Sol, and it is definitely super refreshing, and I make a lot more money on Solana. I don't know. I just find it very easy for me to perform on that, so I'm off of personal hopium. I will hope that keeps running. But...
I will say, I think it's important to like clarify like the feed part of it, because I was confused on this earlier today. I was asking some friends about it. Some people weren't sure, but testing it by buying a coin pre-bonding was a good test. Like, basically, you have to be in the top 50 holders in order to get these fees.
It just deployed, by the way.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, he sent a picture of it. And it's already 1.6 mil.
Yeah. It was,
oh my gosh, it's literally called My Dog is the Dev. How stupid is this? Oh, okay. Well,
And
good job, boys.
Podcast.
Yeah, we're ending the podcast here. I'll see you 5 mil now. I missed it. Great.
Live reaction.
Have a good
That's
one.
funny, bro.
Photon rugged me. It did not come up fast enough. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm joking. But, yeah, so it just launched. It's not what I thought it would be. It's just another dog token. No offense to him. But we shall see. We shall see how it does.
How dare you talk
kinda
about
mid,
him?
bro.
The dog's the dev, bro. How dare you?
Can we have funny memes, bro? This is what I've been saying on Twitter. Like, where is the funny shit? Like SPX 500, the stock exchange, Lockheed Martin Inu. These were all funny. And now it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't handle another cartoon animal.
You gotta love how the guy was like, 0 insiders. Well, there's a lot of insider wallets on this.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a
you
double scrape.
You get
What is
bundled
that
ETH
candle,
launches,
bro?
and you get this. So
He literally posted a thread and then
hell?
posted a picture of the contract address. So it was definitely insider. Like, he posted a picture so people have to, like, type it in. I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
LOL.
Well, anyways, as I was saying with the Meteora fee stuff, what I found interesting is that apparently you don't have to hold your tokens after bonds in order to continuously gain fees over time. Like, you just collect fees in perpetuity whether you hold or not, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. So, like, incentivizes people to bond the tokens. So you don't have to hold it afterwards.
So as long as you were in like it snapshots you?
I think so. I mean, that's my understanding. I haven't read the docs. I could be wrong.
I think it's if
it was explained to me that way.
I think it's
but
once
also,
it's migrated, right? So
yeah, once it migrates.
Yeah.
You could sell after and you still get fees. That's my understanding. Somebody
but if you sell
me
before, you don't, I don't think.
Correct. It has to bond. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that's the way, and a lot of people are mad about that, though, because it's like, it would suck if, like, let's say a CTO example. Like, I think that's part of Pump Fund that works well, is, like, if something does rug, then, like, the devs don't have... Like, it's going to be hard to CTO Moonshot coins if the person that rugged it is still getting fees, if you know what I'm saying. So that'll be an interesting...
them, for sure.
Yeah. So that'll be an interesting thing, for sure. It's like CTOing an ETH token with tax.
Yeah, to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's still, like, a little bit... I guess it is different from a pump fund. I mean, you can still, like, LP your own tokens after the fact if you want, farm that way, do V3s, whatever. But there's always going to be those Meteora fees that are collected on it. The other thing, too, is those fees are not automatically distributed to you. You have to manually claim them yourself. And the way you do that is you just basically take the contract address of the token, you go to the Meteora app page, and you paste the contract in. It'll tell you if you have anything to claim. But again, you're only eligible if you got into top 50 holders pre-bonding and hold through bonding.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all distracted by this because
it's hard not to look at the coin and launch while we're recording this. I mean, the candles are ridiculous. I can't be buying.
We're about to just turn this into a live trading session. It's over.
I'm not trading this. Like,
what is there?
For people who are sizing in here, good on you.
Sui?
It probably goes, but Sui, dude, don't call it. Woo-Pig's gonna get mad at you if you call it Sui.
I also think what's interesting about this, which I will say, I'm kind of glad that he did it in a certain way, because there are tools out there that function as Twitter scrapers. Well, like, if you put a contract address in, or if you put a pump fund link or a moonshot link in, it will. There are bots out there that'll automatically scrape the contract address or link and buy for you. I was thinking maybe he'll post like a fake one and be like, "Hey, people are posting rugs like this. Don't buy this," and it would like kind of bait the bots. But he didn't post the contract address. He posted an image of it, and
I
he
was
posted
saying
an
nobody
image
got
of the token.
ECA.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely had insiders that got this shit, though. 100%.
No, Pow didn't have ECA. I get that. He's buying here a ton. Shout out Pow. He puts his money where his mouth is a little bit. So
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. This distro is bad. Obviously, I'm checking on. Well, it's just like live here, but I'm checking holders right now. Most of them are fresh, so it's definitely like bundled. Which he said he was going to own 50% of supply, so he's probably going to post about how much circulating is. And then he's also partnering with Jupiter, where Meow, the founder of Jupiter, they're partnering to like do a locking mechanism, kind of like a vesting lock thing. Yeah, it just candled to a new all-time high. There you go. So, well, good on people, I guess. But that's tough. That's crazy.
Dog's the dev, bro.
So you used to work at Magic Eden, you were saying, before we started recording, right?
Yeah, I don't know all of his lore. He was like integral to Magic Eden. I know that. I don't know exactly what his role is. Someone can probably correct me. I don't want to say something wrong. Like, I don't know if he's a co-founder. Sure. I don't know. I just remember specifically him being integral to Magic Eden back when it was like the main Solana. Yeah, he was like the main Solana NFT guy. Chartfu Monkey. He was the guy that was like the Ansem of Solana NFTs. You know, you'd shill your bags to him. You'd be like, "Hey, Chartfu, check out my Solana NFTs." And you know, if he bought, that was like super cool. Or if he supported your NFT project, that was always awesome. So it's interesting to see these old guard. I mean, it's not like DeFi old guard, but it's more like these NFT old guard or all of those people kind of start to pivot. And I think we've seen that a lot, like, you know, NFT thread riders into shitcoin KOLs. Like, it's been pretty interesting to see people that I used to know back from NFT collab management, and now, you know, they are a Solana, or they're a shitcoin KOL, or they're a shitcoin dev. So it's just, it's very interesting to see how people evolve, especially as the market evolves.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why, but I always relate it to one of the peak moments was when the Azuki founder stuff came out, and it was just like, yeah, bro, just had to learn. He just had to rug a couple of things. That's all. But
This thing's flying.
So yeah, that's what I think about. I don't know. Everyone has to have a couple experiences, and they'll build something. Which who knows? Maybe he'll be a good shitcoin dev. Who knows?
I mean, it looks good. I think most of it's owned. So I mean, circulating MCAP's probably way lower, but it's just one of those things. You see that candle, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I should probably bid, but you know what?
I need to go to bed after this, bro. I don't want to sleep on it.
And I don't care.
If this was the morning, I'd probably bid for a swing, but I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I don't like sleeping on stuff.
I feel like if you're gonna buy this high, like you want to buy with size for sure.
Yeah, I mean you have to put in 100, 200 soul at least.
I'm a crypto poor brokey now though.
You're a bear. You're a European.
I am, bro. The Euro Bears, dude, get dunked on. Yeah,
I mean, I think this is good though. Like this. I mean, we were just talking about this before it even launched. Like Lucy brought a lot of attention to Meteora, and now this, and you're like, maybe this starts a meta for it. I didn't think it necessarily would be a meta starter, but looking at this price action, I think it's going to be a good time to hawk Meteora launches, dude. People are just going to be sitting there studying it, so if you got a soul coin coming, like now would be the time to launch if you've been building something.
Oh, just wait till Print finds out how to bundle. It's over.
I think that's the problem, though, is like, I think that's why, like, there's just no way to stop bundling. Like, it's so hard because then you just migration snipe too. So like these teams will quote unquote launch on Moonshot, right? But they'll just bundle the Moonshot and then migration snipe when it actually goes to Radium or Meteora, and then essentially it's just like a normal ETH bundle with 2 million. So it just circumvents like all of the tech, and then they also earn fees. yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, honestly. But it's also
Hey, that sounds like money to me. That's what it sounds like.
More and more, I just need to learn code and this is just DevArc soon.
DevArc soon. Look at
SEC, IRS. That was a joke. Please.
Nah. Yep. Go get his ass. Yeah. LTR actually is Print.
If I was, I wouldn't be doing this podcast, bro. I'd be retired.
You'd be in Colombia.
Argentina.
Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I already said it, but it's just nice to see something refreshing. That's kind of just sums it up, honestly, for me. I like cool new things. I'm really good at finding early launches, so Meteora would be nice. It's pretty easy to like get in early and collect like LP fees. So super excited. Hopefully, some good people launch some stuff.
I think the cool thing...
I made money like a lot last week too, and people were launching stuff on that tax farm, ETH coin, whatever.
I think what's cool about Meteora too is like you can kind of get back your initial without selling. In theory, right? Like if you got in really early and put like only like 2 soul into some moonshot, you could basically just free ride it without ever worrying about papering supply, which is pretty cool.
Bro, the fees that he's gonna get off of this, like that's why in perpetuity, as long as this is alive,
it's 10 million,
is like disgustingly high.
And he owns all the supply. So like, think about he bundled the moonshot, so he has all top 50 holders probably. Yeah, so he's farming not only dev, but he's farming all the top 50 holders too. What's cool though is he did say he's giving KOL supply, but he's like locking it for them, so they only get the fees, which is pretty cool. So they can't really sell their KOL supply, but they can collect fees off of it. It's a new meta, honestly. Like it's pretty smart. Oh, there's already $157,000 in LP rewards, and it's been out like 4 minutes.
Wow. Gotta love it, baby. Gotta love it.
Wow.
Crypto, baby.
Wow.
But, and one thing I will say is, like, I saw Mr. F, like, try to launch a Ponzi earlier today on it, Now
cookie
that
thing?
could get interesting. Like I want to see some interesting little like fun like game or Ponzi-nomics with the LP
Yeah, his was
fees.
just
I
like the
feel
Zimbabwe dollar though. It just inflated like 90% in like
Yeah,
2 minutes.
yeah. So
it
that
was
one
so
didn't
funny.
work.
I'm like, dude, what is this tokenomics? It's like this.
Yeah, I
It's
was
like
like,
learn.
I mean, I was saying in chat like earlier, I was like, okay, I'm probably the dumbest one here, but like this just like only increases, right? Like let me sell. I was at work, so I'm like doing the minimal fucking research.
Oh, wow, this is
But
really interesting actually. So the original moonshot for My Dog is the Dev is actually 22 hours old. So he deployed it a long time ago, it seems.
look at that.
Which is smart because like everyone is buying every moonshot today.
How he did it, I gotta
Honestly,
give
good
it to
on him, bro. Like, good on
Good
him.
on
He did
him.
it very smart. Like, this is really smart. So he deployed it a day ago. It had like no volume, and then he suddenly bundled it just 13 minutes ago. So it was an old moonshot that he bundled. It's like
Yeah,
a
that's
CTO.
smart.
That's
Yeah.
really smart because everyone was hawking Photon today.
Yeah. No, he did it. He played it extremely well. Hats off to him for
Yeah, hats off to
having
him.
like he launched it well, and then he's just like, all right, do you have faith that I'm gonna be able to pump it? That I don't know. I don't know all that. Not my style. Not my kind of play. I'm poor. But anyways, should we move on to something else? What should we move on to next? Any ideas?
Man, what do we have here? The CryptoPunk ape. That's too in depth for me, bro. I don't even understand what happened, the way and whatnot.
Interview, do you understand the CryptoPunk ape?
Dude, that was so complicated.
Yeah, I do. I looked into
Oh,
it.
say it, please. I don't know anything about this. I mean, I saw it. I know it got like
Bro,
stolen for 10 ETH, but like
Yeah,
I did not
basically-
understand shit.
Basically, like, I don't know, it was like a couple years ago or a few years ago, the owner of the ape, with some platform, I can't remember the name of it, like, basically chose to fractionalize the ape and allow it to be tradable via tokens. And you could buy whatever supply of the tokens. A bunch of people had different amounts, but at any point it had this feature in it where you could shotgun, like propose a shotgun to buy it out at any price, I guess. I think it had to be like above a certain amount of ETH, but you could propose a shotgun buyout and other shareholders could veto it. And you had to send a transaction with like a specific coin or like ETH amount with like a certain, it was like a very specific number of decimals after the amount of ETH. So like he proposed a shotgun to buy it out for 10 ETH, and in order to veto it you had to veto it for 10 ETH point like a bunch of zeros and a 1, and that guy G Money was sent a DM to veto it himself, and when he went to veto it he missed like 1 decimal point. He thought the veto went through. It had to sit for 14 days for the veto period, and if it wasn't vetoed in that time frame, it would sell for the proposed shotgun price, which was 10 ETH for it. The platform that this was originally launched on, I guess it went defunct, and the front end for it, like, literally didn't exist, but the contracts were still alive. So whoever was doing this had apparently, like, proposed other shotguns in the past, but I think he, like, waited and did this one, tried to be sneaky about it, and got away with it. Right away after he did it, I think the CryptoPunks floor is like 52 ETH or something right now, somewhere around there. It's over 50 ETH, something like that. But right after
Also,
he
it's
did
an
it,
ape,
it got an
though.
offer for 600 ETH like right away.
Yeah.
So, and it's like 1.4 million dollars or something like that. So it's obviously like a massive win if he sells it. I don't know if he's going to hold it. Somebody said he's like rumored to like list it for 690 ETH, but the thing is, like, there's been apes that have sold for over like 3,000 ETH in the past. Like, that was years ago, obviously, when ETH was lower. But I mean, it's a crazy come up in itself. Just like goes to show you like the type of opportunities that exist on chain. It brought up a lot of other stuff though. Like, people had talked about other cases on chain where people had taken advantage of mistakes that others have made. Like, there was a lot of discussion around, like, back when blur farming was a big thing for NFTs, and like there was a guy who, like, people would run bots, like bid bots, where they would like bid collections up just to run like bid volume. And one of like the leading botters, that guy Hanwei, he was like one of the biggest botters on blur farming. He noticed that somebody was copying his blur bids. So like Hanwei would like set a ton of bids at on like high level or high price collections, like think like Doodles, Suzuki's, shit like that. I think Azukis were like around like a 5 ETH floor or something at the time, and he noticed that this guy would tail his bids on their bot slightly below his bids, and he noticed that the copy bids were coming in like right away. So what he did was he set like 50 ETH bids on Azukis, and the guy's bot copied his, and I think there was like a wait period or something for like the bids to come in, or maybe it was right away. I'm not sure exactly how that worked at the time, but he basically took the guy's 50 ETH bids for like 800 ETH, like took over $1 million from him. The guy asked for it back, and he's like, nah. I think he just didn't respond to him. Like, people make mistakes on chain. There's endless opportunities in crypto, but obviously you really got to be in the weeds to find stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's that one was also just fucking insane because I don't know, I didn't really do any blur farming, and even like myself, I was like, I'm running my little bot. I don't want to get cooked. I was running a Thunder for blur bidding back in the day, so that was really funny. But
Yep.
the punk, that was nuts. I knew it was crazy when I saw all the ETH ancients come out of the woodworks and start posting about it on Twitter.
Well, there was an interesting like discussion around it about like code being law in crypto, and if there was some responsibility because essentially it was a code error, right? Like it was a exploit in a way, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place if the contract was actually fully safe. But then, there were the people that are like totally like anonymous crypto, not like you, Anon, but like, the hacker group that were like totally like, oh yeah, code is law. You guys deployed this contract. So it's interesting to see that discussion. Obviously, I don't really know anything, nor do I frankly really care because I'm not, into coding or anything like that. I probably should be, but it was interesting to see people fight on Twitter. And like Anon said, a lot of people that hadn't tweeted in like so long came out the woodworks, and it was pretty interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Do we talk about the dreaded subject of politics?
Yeah, I think we kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Isn't that so much fun? I'm not gonna say a fucking word because, let me be honest with you, I am just a dumb Texan that the only thing I pay attention in politics is anything money wise, and every single crypto chat is just for pro Trump, so that's what I am.
I think there's a difference between, I think most of crypto people are fiscally for Trump. Like they are fiscally conservative, aka money-wise and tax-wise. But I would be hard-pressed to say that most of crypto Twitter is at the same time, what's the other word for it? Humanitarian-wise for Trump as well. Because, like, I mean, if you think about the demographic of most of CT, I would think that would fall in, like, Tech Valley, NYC, LA. So it's pretty interesting to see, the two sides collide, because you have this one side that's like very liberal LA Californian, but at the same time they don't want to be taxed super heavily on their crypto, so they're like fiscally for Trump, but then in all other areas they vote blue, they vote Democrat, and that's been really interesting to view as a standpoint. It's always funny to see takes on CT about politics in general, especially because crypto Twitter is not limited to United States citizens, so you have like people from China or Europe posting their takes on U.S.
The
politics, and
takes
it's like,
are always
it's like, bro, you're not even living here. Why do you care? Why should I listen to you? Like, you can't even vote. And then they'll like shit on America, but at the same time, they're like hawking pump fund while watching our debate. Like, bro, I don't watch your debates for your country. Like, I don't know. It seems like you're kind of obsessed with us. Yeah, the whole thing's interesting.
I mean, it seemed like overall sentiment of it was like Trump didn't do as well as Kamala, and I think it was like pretty quickly reflected in the Bitcoin price. And obviously, like, everybody knows in crypto that it's just simply a lot more bullish if Trump wins the election. There was an article on CoinDesk this morning. Actually, we're recording this on like the night of September 12th, and it basically said that Bitcoin could hit 125K by the end of the year if Trump wins, and 75K if Kamala Harris wins by the end of the year. So I think the consensus is like Bitcoin should still push high by the end of the year. I think obviously October is what everybody's really looking forward to. October historically is a very good month for crypto. September isn't. and we've had a pretty rough early September so far. Hopefully it gets better in the second half. It looks like it may trend that way. I don't really know exactly what's going to happen as we lead into the election. I think people will probably de-risk a bit, but either way, it should be good for crypto near the end of the year. But obviously, if Trump wins, it's like full send right away.
Yeah,
that's what we want. We want that big risk on, like, ape everything type environment.
I also saw an interesting take though. It's like Trump is like giga printer, but Kamala is still probably printer, just because the way the economy is going. It's looking like we're probably going to have to cut rates again and start printing more money, which is always great because it just means more pain later. But I think either way we'll probably be okay. Like, I think either way we're probably going to do pretty well in crypto, frankly. I mean, taxes is the main thing, right? Like, taxes are going to suck if that gets passed, but I don't honestly think that gets passed, and that's another
There's
conversation.
no shot that gets passed.
No, it doesn't, because, like, part of country politics is that you have to please the richest in your country because you don't want the richest in your country to leave your top pyramids. So, you know, as a country, you're always playing this game of how do I keep the rich here while also taxing them the maximum amount before they can leave. So I don't think that gets passed because I think that would create a mass wealth leaving effect, because most of these rich elites, they have more than one citizenship and they can expatriate. But that's all like nerdy politics stuff. But it'll be really interesting to see how markets react to either of them. But in the end, I think it's going to work out just fine.
Yeah, one thing
not for the U.S. dollar, though. Not for the U.S. dollar long term. That's not going to work out well.
What do you mean,
All right,
bro?
bro? You're an economist now.
I am.
Elite.
I'm a nerd.
Hey, best Ponzi is the U.S. economy, brother. Never fails. Up
True.
only, baby.
True.
Look at that. Look at that chart,
They're,
baby.
they're claiming fees. They're claiming Meteora
Boom,
fees.
baby. Boom.
The LP.
One thing I will say is it does seem that Kamala is still somewhat pro-ish crypto. So, I mean, I think no matter what, who we get, I think we're still on like a good path for like growth
totally.
via crypto. Like, I remember I talked on the last podcast of how I'm pulling a lot of money out, and that had nothing to do with like my beliefs in crypto, like as its future. It was more just so my personal, you know, things that I'm going through in life that, you know, I'd rather have the money just to, you know, buy certain things. And, you know, I think the best growth you'll see, like, will be in crypto. I truly do believe that. How far out that is, that I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think we're still, you know, very, very little. I mean, the innovation, like, I think I was talking to LTR earlier. I feel like peak innovation is just, like, at the worst right now. Like, there's just nothing coming out.
Yeah.
Any new coin that's come out has been just absolute horse shit.
Not even just coins, but like,
really...
how many perp dexes do we have now? Like, how many hyperliquid clones? How many pump fund clones? Like, there's nothing that really strikes my interest. It's all just like roll-ups on L2s, L2s on L3s, perp dexes. It's just the same stuff coming across. And then the attempts at innovation fall flat because we don't really have retail. Like, not to take stabs here, but that one, what's that app that a lot of people were posting about? The pink one. It's like a Robinhood for meme coins.
I forgot what it was. You talking about the one with the Apple Pay?
Yeah, that's the one. It's like pink. It's like pink branding.
I forgot.
Oh, gosh.
Basically,
anyway,
they made this thing to where you could buy meme coins with Apple Pay.
But the problem is there's no PMF, right? Because, like, there's like the people who are already buying meme coins are already using Telegram bots and whatnot. So you're basically building this product for hopes at a future PMF to where it could be dead at that point.
What do you mean, bro? They're on ramping the new retail that's coming in.
It's a great platform. Like I tried it just a little bit for, you know, shits and giggles, and it was clean. It was great. Had great UI UX, but it's just not. It just doesn't really have a use case right now.
No innovation, bro. What do you mean? Fucking World Liberty Financial's coming.
Oh no.
God.
Honestly, I'm worried about that, man. Like, so many things.
I don't even know what
wrong.
it is.
Bro,
it's
we
like an
even know what it is?
RWA real estate Ponzi.
Okay.
I think he's just milking us. I think he's just raising.
It's
money.
literally a reskin of a platform that like already existed too. I don't know if you saw that, but like the entire staking website is just like a reskin of his previous project. It's so unprofessional. And, you know, I'm not, like, obviously they're much more successful than I am, but like Donald Trump Jr. has shown time and time again that he's kind of a scammer. Not gonna lie. Like, I mean, how many coins has he shilled at this point, or like been a part of? Whether that be him promising to shill RTR, or all of the MAGA with an extra A again, shills and Twitter Spaces, and yeah, it's just it's shady all around.
Yeah, I don't think maybe one day we'll get the full story, but yeah, definitely something not completely right is happening over there. And I mean, you got to give it to him. Like, the NFT website was absolute horse shit. Sold all those damn NFTs. Like, he doesn't need to put in work. He can just make a shit ton of money. Just keep taking these crypto guys' money. I mean, I don't blame him. We're all
I don't
idiots.
blame him either. It's like, it's so funny. Like, he's done all this meme coin scamming, and then he announces World Liberty Financial, and everyone's aping the pre-sale. I'm like, you guys are so stupid. Like, I
guess we'll find out about it on Monday. He's got the Twitter Space with Rug Radio. I don't know how the hell Farouk finessed that one.
Hey, good on him.
Yeah. NFTs
Rug Radio
pumped
signed
like
us.
2x. Let's go. Well, I can sell my microphones now. Let's go. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't kept up with Farouk in a while because I kind of like distanced myself from that side of CT. But
the cringe side of CT. No offense.
I don't know, but hey, good on him. You know what?
Oh, that's huge for him. Better
off.
than Mario Nafal. Like, I'd rather have Farouk up there with him.
That's true. Yeah.
Mario Nafal for sure.
The GOAT, baby. Best coal launcher. My favorite.
Coal launcher. Oh my god. This coin's just going vertical, dude. And he owns all the supply, and he's farming all of it.
It's going to be a hilarious listen for people because they're going to get our live reaction on the dev launch. We've watched it go from like
everyone to call us
2 mil to
absolute
16
idiots
mil.
and
Yeah, why didn't you retards buy
not
that?
buying this coin. I can't wait.
It's because I'm going to bed after this, no cap.
Why do y'all even make this? You don't even trade.
You're not traders. You didn't buy this.
Look at that, you suck at trading.
Started the art of top last.
You
bro.
didn't
Come on.
top last?
Size in.
Soul and gamble? Like that, I don't know.
Bro,
like to me, that's a pure gamble. And if you're okay with that, good on
founder,
you, bro.
Totally has whatever.
Don't talk about the ordinals he pump and dump, dude. I don't know.
Totally don't. Yeah, no, bro.
I don't want to hear about that.
Right.
Dev works hard. Dev needs a profit. Okay, that's what we're gonna leave it at. Just 400,000 LP rewards. The interesting thing Punlord brought up. Shout out him. We're gonna bring him back on soon. Is that with Meteora, if he claims the LP rewards, it gets taken out of the liquidity pool. So essentially, if he claims this 400K, he basically just like cuts the liquidity pool in 2/3, and then it becomes So it's almost like it's gonna be it's like the longer it goes on, the bigger the rug. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you take all these LP rewards without rugging, and then it's just gonna grow and grow. So it's gonna be fun to watch, even if you're not in, for sure. I'm ready to just play all the derivs on Moonshot. That's what I'm here for. The real trenches.
Hey. I assume, with the success of Lucy, which was kind of like, the only coin that we've seen run. Hold on, let me plug my headset 1 second. Wow, that was annoying. I couldn't find where to plug it in. But, seeing Lucy run and then seeing this dev, I mean, I assume teams are going to come onto Meteora and start making launches, which, hey, I love Soul. Bring it on, baby. I'm ready.
The problem is, though, that like they're seeing this money he's making, so it's it's always that interesting thing. It's like, do you want more onboarding? Yes, but then it just means so many more scammers. Like, so it's a double-edged sword, right? Because like before this, honestly, Moonshot and Meteora were great places to find like gems because like actual teams were launching there because it didn't have like the attention Pump Fund did, so it was kind of like a way to stealth launch, and you could really cook. But now I think it's just going to be spam now.
Hey.
That's what wallet tracking's for. It's okay.
It is. I mean, I don't know. One thing I will say is like, I mean, it's just going to be abused for the things that it can do. Which I mean, that's just something we're going to have to adapt to and just trade with. Like, I don't know. I'm just so used to just going with the flow. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
no worries. Like
Whatever
kinda,
chain, I'll
like,
be there. I'll
complaining
be
about
gambling.
the platform. It's just kind of like whatever. Just start full sending it, lock in. Basically, that's it. But, anyways, do we have anything to talk about on Sui? Do we really?
No, there's really nothing.
I guess it's just keep funds on every chain. I guess. That's
On
just,
God. Keep funds on
that's just
Phantom
in
coming
there.
up for sure.
Phantom.
Crunchy.
I
Andre.
saw a homie post a coin on Aptos earlier.
I threw up. I was like walking when you did that. You're like, oh, this dude. Shout out Falx though. He's actually a goat. But I saw the Aptos. I'm like, dude, if this moons, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm honestly okay. I've been on Aptos to mint the NFTs. I remember like the flamingos, whatnot. That is such a bad chain. Like, Sui's actually okay to use. Sui's actually pretty chill. But Aptos is horrible. Nothing beats Cosmos, though. If we start trading memes on Cosmos, seppuku is happening.
It's okay. We can talk about our Cardano shitcoining experience.
I didn't even bridge, bro. You're the one that got. You're the one that got
Oh, I
trapped by that.
bridged.
Yeah.
Am I ever seeing that 3600 Cardano? No, I'm a Cardano whale. 3600 Cardano, baby. I'm probably top 10 holders because no one holds anything on that chain.
Snake.fun. They rugged all the
Alex
coins,
Becker.
too. You see that? They pulled the liquidity on like all the coins to like re-put it in. Oh, that
Really?
was so funny, dude.
Man, that's not fun. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. Keep funds on every chain. Don't trade on Cardano. That sums that up. Can't believe I actually bridged on Cardano. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my dear life.
That was funny today, though.
All right. What else do we have to talk about? Is there a new like print bundle every week?
Yep. There's at least one new print Cabal coin like a week, I would say. Or I don't know if they're all print, but yeah, it's the same MO, right? Like Kate, Nero, Maga Cat.
For
What
people
is funny-
listening,
I don't
for
know.
people listening, they're referring to Print My Mint.
Yeah. Well, shout out him. He's
Basically-
a printer, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not hating on him. He does well.
No, you buy his
His coins
coins,
do
bro.
well.
You're making money.
Yeah.
Please
on God.
invite me. Please invite me to the Cole group. Please, I want free money. Please, please, please.
What is interesting
Please
though
invite
is
me.
it's like this it's almost become this mental thing, right? Because you see in your wallet trackers these KOLs getting like $100,000 just like for free, essentially, and so it's like they obviously have selling rules, quote unquote. It's usually like 1K a day or whatever the selling rules are. But it's almost like Stockholm syndrome, right? So these KOLs don't really want to sell too much of this coin, so they get the next one. And then you're also playing hot potato of like, oh, will one KOL decide just he's done, this is enough, and just full stack Hitler? It's such an interesting mind game, really.
And then it's also you see all that, and then you're like, damn, do I have to bid it?
Exactly. It's like you're so afraid of FOMOing the top that like it just becomes the eternal top, and the top just rises, and then you pain.
It's
I think the most hard part though is like with bundles, you see the M cap is like 4 million, but realistically the circulating M cap is like still like 200K. So the real hard part is like shoving 3-5 ETH into like a bundle coin after it's already 3 mil, because you feel like you have a bad entry, but it's not really a bad entry. So I think that's the struggle I've been having, especially with ETH, because I'm normally like the Solana trader that's trying to get in these pump funds, sub 50K market cap. So when like a bundle happens and it's like 3 mil, it's like, well, crap. I feel like I'm late, but I'm not really.
Yeah, I mean, as long as like the team that bundles it is kind to the chart and not like nuking on you, it could be a great place to make money. You're just not going to get like the insane X's like you would have had you been able to snipe it yourself. It all depends on how much they bundle, like how high they send it on their own afterwards. And I mean, honestly, it's frustrating to see like this bundle meta happen on ETH, but what it's causing, like I've just been talking with other people about this, what it's causing is like people to like quickly search for spamming tools. Like basically what happens with spammers is it gets you in before the banana gun block hits, like before those buys hit and the bribes come in. So like they're going to bundle, if you spam, you can sneak in before the banana block goes through, and they basically become your exit lick. I think you still have to weigh pretty decently for that to hit though. It's interesting. I do think one coin we should talk about though is Kate. the cat coin based on the cat that lived with Doge.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting. I felt like an absolute idiot like yesterday because I was looking at it and I was like, oh wait, like it took me like that long after launch, which honestly was only a couple days, but long enough because it basically pushed like 30 mil today, to realize that like Doge is dog with an E. This is literally cat with an E, but that's the name of the cat anyways. Didn't even realize that, but apparently it was launched likely by the guy or the account that owns the IP rights to the Doge image. It's from the account Own the Doge. It basically, like, it isn't like provably him, but when he tweeted out about the cat, like an update, it was like an updated picture because Kabosu had died, and it was an updated picture of the cat with like sitting in its bed next to like a stuffed animal of the dog. And like 5 minutes later, the coin came out, like very, very shortly afterwards.
Yeah,
and you had plenty of time to buy it too. Like it's set at 500K for like an hour or something. So like, people think it's launched from a team associated with the guy who owns the IP rights to Doge, and it's done insanely well. I think it went up to like almost 35 mil in like 2.5, 3 days or something.
The PA on it's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, I give it to him. Yeah, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
That was not a bundle launch. Like, it's different from what we're talking about, but...
Yeah. I was lazy and just didn't look into it.
It was a tiny bundle. It was like a 200K or something, so not anything like normal. I think the problem was I saw Poe call it at like 500K. I'm like, why is he calling something at like 500K? Because it's usually not his MO. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I don't want to buy the top of a Poe call, you know? And it was only 500K. So I was like, I don't know. It was like a weird situation where it's like, if he would have called it like later, I don't know. I probably, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm an idiot for not bidding that, frankly. I should just put in an ETH, said whatever. It's like 3K if I lose it, whatever.
Yeah, why didn't you make 100K off it, idiot?
I know, I'm such an idiot. I scraped it all, though. That's all you can do.
Nothing's better than scraping your 10th coin in a row, making no...
I know, right? Like, you're just scraping every coin, and these wallets are like 0.15 to 400K, like 0.15 ETH. Literally, one of the Kate wallets I scraped was not a KOL wallet. It was like 0.15 ETH to $400,000. I'm like, well, I guess I'll track this, you know? Like, it just hurts. Hurts inside. And you're like, and then you do it again for the next coin that you missed. It's a never-ending cycle.
Rinse, repeat of nothing.
It's better than coping, though, you know? At least you're doing something productive.
Yeah, like, that's how I see it as. I see it as, like, all right, you know what? It's fine. Just, you know, there's something new almost every day. You gotta just look past it and get over it. A lot of that just comes with experience, honestly, too. Like, you just kind of get used to picking missing. It is what it is, you know?
Why is everything launching when we're on the podcast, bro?
What launch?
Bloop did, dude. It's 2 million.
Jesus Christ, bro.
We're just missing everything. Well,
I had a feeling that you guys were like, okay, let's record, and I'm like, everything is going to come out right when we start.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally did.
It's just our timing. It's a sacrifice. If you're listening to this and you printed on any of these coins, it's our sacrifice. And
yeah, we
share
are
the podcast.
Our
you know,
own money,
or we just suck at trading, or that.
No, it's because of the podcast. Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll blame it on that.
Dude, the amount of time I just sat here on my ass the entire day, just waiting for this shit.
And literally, dude, I was hawking Photon all day.
Oh my God,
and then it launches the second we do the podcast. I love that. Gotta love that. It's like super late too. Like, why? Why couldn't have this been noon? You know? Why? Like, oh well.
Bro, somebody has to be up insane on this bloop right now because, like, I guarantee they were botting every single one of these that came out. And I'll bet you somebody hit this on like...
They didn't post the contract on Twitter till it was like 1 mil, so, you know.
Somebody's up crazy, for sure.
Dev works hard. Dev needs to make a profit, okay?
Dev needs the dog. Dev needs to feed the dog.
Don't mention that coin.
Alright.
It's already blacklisted from my mind.
Not buying bloop now.
We're just shit traders, okay?
Yep. Study the art of top blasting.
Washed. This is why we're podcasters, guys. You know, it's like those athletes that make the podcast after their pro career and they just suck now. Like,
it's
like those tier 2 athletes that ran out of money and from their pro career and now need to do the podcast to make money, but they have a little bit of clout. That's us, you know.
Got to stay
So,
relevant
guys-
somehow, you know.
Talk to you know.
What's the website that you can like make a page and get donations? What is that again?
GoFundMe.
Well,
That's
guys,
like
for our
for
next
cancer
announcement,
kids. It's
Trench Talk
Patreon,
GoFundMe
bro.
will be
We're
launching.
making the Patreon. That's exclusive content. It's just gonna be extra.
Shit,
might as well
just launch a
us
coin of
yapping
Meteor, bro.
sessions.
What do you wait?
Yeah, that's it.
Trench
we're
Talk
there.
Meteor coin not
Trench
coming.
Talk. Directly you buying is directly correlated to our success. So
We're buying the entire pool.
20,000.
we are
sold
flipping
pre-sale
Chartfu's
incoming.
coin, okay? Like
Yeah,
in one
we're on a
candle.
pre-sale, bro.
One candle, 50 million.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a pre-sale.
Speaking of pre-sales, did you see that Machi launched a pre-sale coin on Blast?
Bro, I saw Machi,
No.
I saw Blast. I didn't
He
even
raised
track
like,
Twitter.
dude,
I
he
was
raised
good.
like 40 million. And he launches on Blast. The whole thing is so funny. Pre-salers are
His-
like 2x though. So
His whole character
Cook-
arc is insane, bro. He lost like almost
I'm
$17 million on Friendtech.
No,
but
I'm
he also
convinced
did
he's
that
like
soul
a-
pre-sale and probably made like 50 mil.
He's a Chinese government plan. He works for the CCP. It's like there's
Bro,
no way.
He
that he's
has
not-
some sort of other scam or something.
He does. He for sure does. Like he's a drug pin lord in like Hong Kong
something,
or something.
dude. I don't know
Like,
what it is, but he has
Where does he get
another
this money
crazy
from?
inflow. Cause I ain't seen bro make money in a minute.
He
I
picked
don't think
NFTs
I
and
don't
then
think
blur
I've
bidding,
been
he
in
got
crypto and
crapped
ever
on.
seen him make money.
No, he used
I
to
don't know.
be a printer on like NFTs, and
Yeah.
then once it pivoted to like Blur and meme coins, he absolutely crapped the bed.
That was a lot of people though, man. Like it is sad to kind of see like a lot of people that just like really never transferred over.
I mean,
Like-
it's sad, but also it's like part of it is you, right? Like if you don't adapt, or you
Yeah.
don't choose to adapt. Like I know so many NFT people. Like, bless their hearts, they just loved NFTs. And, like, dude, I loved NFTs. I'd give anything to have that back. That was so fun, and it was so free money. But I saw the turning tides. I'm like, yo, I got to pivot. I got to learn something else. And these NFT people were like, I don't want to do that. You know, NFTs aren't dead. I'm like, bro, like, you can still love
They were
something. It can be
just-
dead. Like,
I mean, dude, so many people that we've had on this podcast that are like wildly successful in coins had their like story start with NFT trading and
course.
transitioned in. I mean, some of us did that on the podcast here,
I mean,
but
that's how we
even
learned
last
wallet
week we had
tracking.
Lizard on, and Lizard's like super successful coin trader, and he started with NFTs, and he basically said like he would like make money and then give it back, and make money like probably didn't end up positive on his whole NFT journey. Now he's just printing in coins. It's just coins are just better. They have way more upside, but NFTs are great as well. I wish they'd come back too. That'd be fun. They're kind of coming back, like in the past couple weeks, but it'll never be back to where it was before. That's a fact.
yeah, I think the thing is now that you see, like, Meteor coins where the creators can just make fees off LP without, like, a non-fungible trading, and then you have a liquidity pool instead of, like, a counterparty buyer. It's just... Coins are ultimately just better NFTs, really. Like, it is. Just fungibility is...
Yeah.
Can't be replaced. Unless it's, like, one-of-one fine art, which, cool, whatever. That's not my forte. That's not what I do. But,
Azuki did launch their new
Anime
platform
coin.
thing today.
Yeah, it's a good thing to talk about.
Anime.com. You could
gonna
go
be a
there.
coin.
You can go no anime.com. Yeah, they're gonna have a coin, but you can go to anime.com. They bought the URL, and you sign up on a wait list with your email. You like verify your email, put a code in, and then you can reveal like 3 NFTs. I imagine it probably goes in like a custodial wallet that's like linked to your
Yeah.
email address, and you could probably just spam as many email addresses in as you want. I did it on one, like right before we started the podcast, and like you get different rarities of shit. I didn't get anything like special, but I'm sure people are going to sybil the shit out of it with a ton of emails. I don't know if it's worth doing that, but it'll be interesting to see what they do. It's good to see an NFT project continuing to build. Meanwhile, you have Yuga Labs like fucking launching Dookie Dash Round 2.
Wait, they're actually doing something?
Yeah.
Bro, I haven't seen them do anything in like
Dookie Dash
forever.
Round 2, bro. Mongrel's going to come in and Fortnite Pro that again.
Do they even have the
What's
money
the-
for the reward anymore?
What's the reward gonna be,
It's
bro?
gonna be like 100K.
Well, dude, the reward was an NFT that he sold for $1 million.
Yeah, no, this
but
time it's gonna be like a
what's that-
normal
what's
Bored
that
Ape worth
piece
like
on
5
this
ETH,
time?
bro. They're gonna put up like, you win a Bored Ape. Oh, cool, 20K. Oh my
How much is a
gosh.
Bored Ape going for right now? USD value.
I don't even want to look.
Don't know. Don't care.
I want to look right now.
I almost wanted to buy one just because I remember when I first entered the space and they were like this god tier item. Do you guys remember that? Like, I remember when I first entered NFTs, like seeing like a real Bored Ape was like, wow, you're rich. And now it's like they've fallen so much where it's like, oh my gosh.
Hey, they're at 12.4.
Yeah, but ETH is
12?
like 2K.
Bro, ETH's like $5 right now, bro.
Oh god. So not only did they drop like 90% in USD value, ETH went from like 6K to like 2K. That's just rough.
Where the fuck did the 6K number come from? Where was 6K?
My dreams.
Where was
my hopes and dreams?
I was never there.
My hopes and dreams, bro.
My hopes.
6,900.
Nah,
That's the price.
I always thought I thought punks were cool, and then I would see like the crazy art block flips, and that was also crazy.
Yeah,
those are my kind of cool moments. Yeah, I think I talked on the pod last week, but NFTs, did I make so much money? No, but man, they were fun, dude. I had so much fun. But now I will admit, like, I think Energy said it, like, I couldn't imagine sitting here and selling like 50 NFTs. I'd want to cry.
Dude, that was always
you need
so
a bot.
annoying.
You need a bot.
Even with the bots though, it was still like
still, dude.
Yeah,
still,
even with Thunder, which was like the best bot. I remember having to like list 100 NFTs through that thing with all different prices and staggers. Versus you could just like sell 100
automatically.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's still so much harder than. Yeah, I mean, and then you have to like wait for buyers. I mean, obviously, if there's volume, you'd probably.
It's a pain in the ass when you compare it to coins, where you just click sell or sell a percentage.
Exactly, or just DCA, and then I can walk away.
Right.
But I wanted to see if my rare would sell for something.
That was always the kicker, right? Like if you got a degen mint, it was fine. You'd be like, "Can I put this rare up here at 0.5? Will it sell?" And then it didn't sell, and you just round tripped, and then that was great.
Hey, but we had fun doing it.
I think part of the fun was nostalgia, though. Like I think part of the fun was discovery, and part of the fun was like for me, that was when I started crypto. So that was like my build up, right? Like that was like meeting all of my friends, and I'm still meeting new friends, but in general, I feel like a lot of it is through rose-tinted glasses.
What does that mean?
Like, just like I see it because of nostalgia, I see it as greater than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, like, I mean, I'm making so much more money doing coins. I wouldn't say I'm having more fun, necessarily. I think that's the major point. But, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're all in the same department here, us three. But,
yeah, I think coins have become less fun.
Totally.
Feels like more of a chore, for sure. I think it's just like the market's getting more efficient. People are getting better. The tools are getting stronger. People are seeing things more clearly with just tracking, monitoring in general. Not just wallet tracking, but like other shit. Like there's so many good monitors out there now that allow you to like sift through the noise of contract deployments, look at like where the funding come from, how much liquidity is being added, being able to identify whether it's something worth going after or not, how many people are targeting certain contracts, just seeing the market in general. And the more people that are doing that, the more competitive it gets. So it can be stressful for sure, because you really have to like find your spot to like actually execute on something. And it's hard to be early because other people are just going to be fast, you know?
Mm-hmm. I would say to that point, like the average trader is just so much smarter now too. Like, I mean, you can go in any chat and they like already know all these KOL wallets, you know? I used to have to dig for those, whereas like now it's like common knowledge. Oh, Pow Aped? Okay, I know he's going to call. Like his calls aren't even like, If
you had that stuff like a year ago or even like 6 months ago, like very well developed, like you had edge there, and now that edge is like pretty diluted. It's not really as strong as it was.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody changes wallets, like, you know, that could be good. You just have to constantly be evolving, man.
Yep. I think unless we see some innovation, though, it's going to get really hard. Like, obviously, you know, there'll be coins that you can buy and go up, but just like, I think it's just going to become more chore-like unless we see something prop up.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know what that is, and if I did, I'd be making it. Try and make 100 mil like Pump Phone founders. That'd be cool.
Yep. I still think this is a good time to like stack into like good secondary conviction coins that are down a bit. Like even stuff on Sol that's like really good. I mean, like today, like for example, we saw SPX 6900 pump a lot. That guy,
100 billion
Murad
target.
called it.
Shut up, Murad.
and he like basically called like his last like meme coin his top 10 or whatever. His top 10 is interesting. He has like American coin, which is down horrendous on Sol. I think there's other coins that are more deserving to be in that list, but regardless, the guy has emotion. SPX has a good community. Joe Coin caught a good pump today. I think both of those will probably run pretty high. I think what I'm waiting for in holding like certain ETH memes is I'm waiting for like what we talked about with Bitcoin, like whether it's Trump or Kamala, like Bitcoin pushing all-time high and surging high. Like you see the effect it has on other majors. It's going to pull ETH up. People are going to look to allocate into these more established ETH memes, like I don't know, like these are lower ones like SPX, Joe, but they'll buy Bobo. Pepe will go up. Mag will go up a ton. Apu will probably go up as well. It'll be interesting to like see what the newer ones do, like the Nero, or I don't know if Kate sticks around. Maybe it does, but I think allocating to like these ones that are down bad that can be uplifted when majors push, when Bitcoin pushes and ETH goes up. Like it's smart if you have liquidity to allocate to those because they'll likely pump more than ETH will itself. I think it's smart to look for that stuff heading into majors moving. That's all.
I totally agree.
Outside of that, dude, I'm just gonna be fucking hawking Meteora launches.
Same.
Be glued to pump
That's
vision.
it for me.
Yeah, feel that. Well, alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank y'all so much for listening this week. Peace.
Peace.